created Be Smart, Guard Your Heart as a violence prevention and healthy relationship program for youth and young adults. And I began teaching this about 10 years ago and very quickly began to see that many of my students would come in and share things with me, and they weren't sure what was happening, but the relationship just didn't feel right. There wasn't any physical abuse, there wasn't any sexual abuse, but something just didn't feel right. They were walking on eggshells all the time with their dating partners or at home, and they were experiencing a lot of control issues with their partner or their parents or some significant person in their lives. And so I began to see that there was a great need to teach violence and abuse prevention.
My heart and passion is to empower and equip students to live healthy lives, and how we can prevent violence in relationships and how we can live in healthy relationships with themselves and with each other. And I believe that relationship education is as important as math and science in producing healthy, functioning, contributing adults.
At the time, many schools weren't dealing with that or weren't addressing it, so these kids didn't have any place to go. It's great for the kids because they can finally make sense of some emotional abuse that might be going on, some dating abuse that might be there, and they can finally have a safe place to come and say, hey, this is what's happening to me. How do I deal with this? How can I get out? How can I overcome this? So we address not only physical and sexual, but we address emotional and verbal and financial and spiritual abuse. So students have a very solid grasp of what abuse is, how it looks when it is very insidious and hard to spot, and they will walk away knowing very strongly the complexities of abuse, the power and control issues, and that it is a very difficult issue to understand.
So the other forms of abuse that I want you to hear, there's emotional. Does anybody know what that one is? Emotional means any kind of withholding of affection. I'm not going to talk to you because you wouldn't do that. This can be from a parent, a teacher, anybody in your life. It does not have to be a significant other, a friend. Emotional abuse is manipulating you. Well, if you break up with me, I'm going to kill myself. One of you in this room will probably hear this by a boyfriend if you break up with him. And I want you to know that's emotional abuse. Emotional abuse is also refusing to resolve conflict. It's ignoring you. It's the silent treatment. And this is, abuse is, we all have bad moments, but abusive people do this repeatedly over time. It's a habit, it's a pattern, it's a way of life. So don't start telling people that, well, you're abusive to me if they ignore you one day, because that's not. It's not. But if they repeatedly do that, I'm not going to talk to you. Sorry. You didn't give me what I wanted, I'm not going to talk to you. That is. And you deserve much better than that.
Part of the beauty of Be Smart, Guard Your Heart is that we teach a lot of healthy relationship skills too. So once the kids see this is what an unhealthy relationship looks like, these are the red flags in an unhealthy person, then they can also balance that out with, well, this is what a healthy relationship looks like, and this is what you can and should expect from a healthy person. And respect yourself always, and respect others, and know when to draw the line when you don't feel you're being respected. So we teach a lot of this, the healthy relationship skills too, to put into the kids' minds and into their lives tips and tools and skills so that they know how to have healthy relationships and how to prevent and get out of and overcome unhealthy relationships. We also teach the kids a lot about resiliency. We will have drama, we will have heartache, and the program helps teach kids how to bounce back when life hits you, how we can build these webs of support for ourselves, and how we can learn to listen to people who are healthy in our lives who want the very best for us.
And you know as well as I that the students coming into your classes, a lot of them, I respect those kids and love those kids so much because they are showing so much. And they're hiding, many of them are hiding some of the things. So I always stress how important they are. So one of the things I talk about is, let's say this Etch-a-Sketch, and I can't do this to save my soul, but let's just pretend there's a bunch of scribbles on it. And I'll tell them, this represents your day. It's your choices you've made, things you've done. Some have been good, some have been maybe not so good. Some are things you might not want to ever do again, but it's your day. The nice thing about it is when you wake up the next morning, you got the fresh clean slate. yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Grace yourself. Grace yourself. Knowledge is power when you know that you can do it. Life is full of being condemning. We're going to get it from all sides. But I want to show them they're the best advocate. So when you make a mistake or you don't like what you do, you're still creating the value that you need, and you're still very important.
They will also cover a healthy bystander. What is an active bystander? We want kids to see when they see somebody who is yelling at someone in the hall at school, hey, let's stop and intervene, because that could very well save a life. It will certainly give the victim who is being bullied or yelled at the message, hey, you're important, that's not okay. So it will hold the abusive person accountable for their behavior and try to get them help, and it will also come alongside and support the victim and say, you don't deserve that, that's not okay, let me help you get some help.
I'm so sorry this happened. I'm so sorry. How can I help you? I believe in you. I believe in you. You can overcome this. I believe you. I believe your story. I will help you. I will help you find the right resources. I will stand beside you. I will give you the support you need. It's not your fault. You don't deserve to be treated. You are created with dignity and worth and respect.
So Be Smart, Guard Your Heart is a powerful program. It is flexible in its format. Parts of it can be taught in a 1-hour segment, and it can be taught anywhere from 6 hours to 6 weeks. And it has changed lives. It has helped people get out of bad relationships and dangerous relationships, and it has given hope and healing to countless students and their families. Many students today lack the hope that they can have lasting, fulfilling relationships, and this program gives students the skills that they need to make that happen.